Good day, everyone. I am Jamaline Trigot, together with my co-reporter, Miss GB Kabilaw. Today we are going to tackle about the instructional strategies and teaching visual arts. When teaching visual art, there are several instructional strategies you can employ to engage and inspire your students. One effective strategy is demonstrating techniques and processes by step, allowing students to observe and replicate your actions. Encouraging dialogue and critique among students where they can discuss and provide constructive feedback on each other's artwork. Fosters a collaborative and supportive learning environment. Lastly, integrating technology and online resources to explore visual galleries, interactive art tutorials, or digital creation tools can expand students' exposure and skills in visual art. Reading art across the curriculum. Is a course from focus in grade 5 that encourage the use of artwork, especially portraits to develop literacy and critical thinking skills. Visual art is a text that students of all reading abilities can access. This workshop introduced the language of visual art so that the teachers feel confident looking, thinking, and talking about art with their students. Reading portraits as biographies. Portraits are often viewed as a mere depiction of a person, when in actuality, they can be read as biographies that communicate significant information about a person's life. This workshop examines ways to teach students to view portraits as a visual text filled with meaningful symbolism in order to make the study of people and biographies more engaging. Reading portraits help activate and build background knowledge, construct understanding, and reflect on historical and literacy figures across the curriculum. Observational drawing. Scientists, engineers, architects, and many other professionals rely on observational drawing in order to record and communicate important data. This workshop engage teachers in a strategy that teaches students how to carefully observe and draw an object from nature in order to develop a robust and detailed understanding of its attributes, patterns, and a function. Developing science practices through visual art. Explore ways to help students read visual art to develop their use of several science practices such as careful observation, analyzing and interpreting data, and developing an explanation based on the evidence. The elements of arts are used to effectively teach the skills of observing and describing so that scientific conclusions and explanations become even more detailed. Reading art in the secondary social studies classroom. This secondary source can be read to visual connect students to the content while efficiently building background. Once students have this connection, they easily, quickly, and develop questions and motivation to actively engage in research and ownership of what they learn.
Reading and talking about visual arts in the early childhood classroom. Students in grade 2 are often emerging readers who are depending on image to provide visual cues to aid in comprehension. This workshop focuses on looking and talking about illustration and fiction picture books before, during, and after reading to help students develop the skills of prediction, inference, drawing, conclusion, sequence, and retelling a story. Integrating visual arts and geometry. Concept central to grade 2 mathematical understanding are also building blocks of visual art. In this workshop, explore how students can construct and demonstrate their understanding of geometry through visual arts. Let's write like artists, drawing as pre-writing. Pre-emerging and emerging writers often draw pictures to communicate. In this workshop, learn how the most basic element of art lines can help your student draw more descriptively. First, Learn the vocabulary for helping students identify and describe various types of lines in work of arts. Those skills are then applied to create more realistic figures and their own pre-writing drawings. This workshop allows all types of learners to be creative and begin to write like artists. Visual arts and poetry throughout the curriculum. Participants are guided through a process to analyze art that teaches students critical skills of observing, inferring, and inquiring and writing. This analysis becomes a springboard for writing as students discover there is so much to write about when they slow down and discover the power of observation. The work of art is ultimately synthesized as students use descripted, carefully chosen words and various poetry tools to create vivid image and express truths and feelings through poetry. Pathway to creative writing. Explore how students can use scissors, glue, and a construction paper to create artwork that becomes the bridge between an unformed idea and a unique descriptive story. Participants will live with workable, accessible tools for students to create ideas, think divergently, and write creatively. Making it stick, cut paper, drawing, and memory. Memory is a powerful tool that can be enhanced through visual arts. In this workshop, experience how students can develop their own language of symbols that aid them in understanding, communicating, and remembering important information. Based on drawing and cut paper strategies, students will be empowered to heighten their vocabulary, reading comprehension, brainstorming skills, and more.
Okay, that's all. Thank you.